you feeling like you're really wanting to make a change, but you're just not? Well, today I want to talk about this. And if you stay until the end, I have an extra point for you then as well. As always, if you want to connect me more on social media, you can find my links in the show notes below. I heard this mentioned the other day when I was listening to one of my growth audios. And it reminded me of the different levels of understanding. Knowing something intellectually is not the same as knowing it. I'll say that again. Knowing something intellectually is not the same as knowing it. And I'll be honest, there are things I know intellectually, but I don't know them. So, for example, I know how to be a millionaire, but I don't know how to be a millionaire because I'm not a millionaire. I get most people know how to be a millionaire. Now, that might sound crazy, but the information is out there, right? The thing that stops us is the psychology. Everyone knows how to lose weight and get in shape, right? But not everyone knows how to, because what I mean by know, when I say it in a funny way, is that they're not living it. Intellectually knowing something to actually living it and implementing it are two different things, right? When I was younger, I knew how to play football, right? I watched it. I was like, okay, you kick the ball there, you move around quickly, you got a whole possession. But I didn't know it. It took me ages to get even half decent at it, right? People know how to talk to someone they're attracted to, but they don't know how to talk to them until they actually do it, right? And I struggled with that for many years, and I managed to get better at it over years. It's always work in progress. And it's like the fear of rejection comes in, all these things come up. Knowing something intellectually is not the same as knowing. If you know something intellectually, you may sound very smart at a dinner party or party just talking about what you know, but it's different from walking your talk and actually living it. So I really want to talk about this because this is what holds people back from actually making progress. Like, well, I've got all this education, I've learned all these things. That doesn't mean you're applying it or you actually know it on a deeper level. So that's what I really want to talk about. There's these three different levels: intellectually knowing something, emotionally knowing something, and having it as part of you, as part of your identity. As I talked about identity previously, but having it in you. How's it helping you by just knowing things and not moving with them? It's a bit like this podcast, right? I say this quite a lot. I say, right, if you're going to listen to me and not implement anything, you don't have to implement every single idea that I share with you on this podcast. But if you're going to listen to it and be like, I want to build my confidence, I want to help my mental health, and this, I'm so glad you're here, right? I want to work on my growth. Amazing. Thank you for being here. And you hear me and you go, right, that was inspirational. And then you go and do nothing afterwards. And then you go and listen to another bunch of podcasts. Great. You're listening to good stuff, but you're not going to change your life and you're not going to know it until you move forward with the information you've got. Like Napoleon Hill said, one of the greatest books ever read, Think and Grow Rich. Knowledge is not power. Knowledge is only potential power. And actually, I've got a mentor, one of my mentors, Peter Sage, says, knowing not doing is the same as not knowing something. So I thought that was interesting as well. So this is what I'm going to say in terms of these steps. The first one, what do you want? Again, comes back to the simple question. My other mentor, Joseph McClendon, always asks this question because people answer what they don't want, or they just get caught up in life living what other people want them to do, right? And I'm totally guilty of this in my life. I've had to slap myself back many times. So what do you want, right? What do you want? Honestly, just you, right? The second thing, how can you make a habit out of it? Like, you can take an action, do a one-off thing, move forward, great. How can you make it into a habit? How can you do something every day? It could be something small, right? You've got to go to the gym to lose weight. How do you make that into a habit? You go to the gym, you commit, first of all, 20 minutes. Maybe you get an accountability partner, maybe you go to a gym class, make it more enjoyable, right? And then the third question I'm going to ask you is, how can you celebrate that? How can you celebrate every small step that you take? Now, I've got a final point for you as well. I just want to mention again, if you want to connect me further, you can find my links in the show notes below. The final point I'm going to share with you is just role model anyone who's mastered something, and look at what they're doing. They probably didn't take as much information on as action they implemented. Like I came up with this in a mastermind group I was in. Someone was like, I'm listening to all these podcasts, but I'm actually not getting as forward in business. And I'm like I'm not the expert, right? There's so many stronger business people than me, but I was like, well, I make a lot more podcasts and I listen to podcasts, right? Now, I'm not saying you need to do the same, but that is an example of me knowing that I had to move forward with creating content and talking to people, right? As opposed to them who are just listening to things. So it's great to listen to things, but make sure you're implementing, and then role model someone is a really powerful one as well. So I appreciate you for being here, and remember to lead with your heart and not with fear.